Oregon just dropped some game-changing laws for 2024. We're talking eco-friendly takeout containers, say goodbye styrofoam, fairer data privacy, adios creepy online trackers, and faster roads, thanks but no thanks to photo radar. Buckle up because we're also diving into healthcare access, support for caregivers, and even a law for speedier home care services. This is one legislative adventure you won't want to miss. First up, let's delve deeper into the transformative changes to Measure 110, now fortified by House Bill 2513, also known as the Hope and Recovery Bill. This pivotal legislation is poised to overhaul Oregon's approach to drug addiction, treatment, and recovery. Measure 110, initially passed by voters in 2020, marked a groundbreaking shift by decriminalizing small amounts of certain drugs and directing resources toward addiction services. However, the implementation faced significant hurdles, leaving many wondering if the ambitious goals could be achieved. Enter House Bill 2513, hailed as a game-changer in the legislative arena, bravely tackling challenges head-on. By significantly beefing up staffing levels and streamlining the application process, this transformative bill not only ensures that funds flow faster but also smarter, optimizing resource allocation. A standout feature is the introduction of a turbocharged support hotline, revolutionizing efficiency by swiftly connecting individuals to vital services at warp speed. Moreover, with the implementation of data upgrades and enhanced accountability measures, the state of Oregon is poised to fine-tune success metrics and pivot effectively as needed. The statewide impact of House Bill 2513 is vast and profound, particularly crucial for regions like Portland grappling with the drug crisis. As the new year unfolds, the Hope and Recovery Bill emerges as a shining beacon of change, offering renewed hope in the ongoing battle against addiction and paving a new path for Oregon's healthcare landscape. In the realm of public health and safety, Oregon is taking a bold and essential step with Senate Bill 238, which introduces a vital educational initiative aimed at safeguarding the state's youth. This new law mandates that the Oregon Health Authority, State Board of Education, and Alcohol and Drug Policy Commission collaborate to develop an impactful curriculum focused on the dangers of synthetic opioids, with a particular emphasis on fentanyl. Fentanyl, a synthetic opioid that is 50 to 100 times more potent than morphine, has been at the forefront of the opioid crisis, causing a surge in overdose deaths nationwide. The urgency of this initiative cannot be overstated, as the opioid crisis has claimed countless lives and devastated families across the country. By educating students about the lethal risks associated with these substances, the curriculum aims to arm young people with the knowledge they need to make informed decisions and avoid these deadly drugs. Starting next year, schools across Oregon, including those in the capital city of Salem, will implement this life-saving curriculum. The hope is that through education and awareness, this proactive approach will help curb the rising tide of addiction and prevent future tragedies. By reaching students at a young age, Oregon is positioning itself at the forefront of the fight against the opioid epidemic, aiming to create a safer and healthier future for its next generation. Meanwhile, Senate Bill 1043 is a vital, immediate step in Oregon's battle against the opioid crisis, aiming to save lives by making opioid overdose reversal medicine more accessible. This legislation mandates that healthcare and drug treatment facilities must provide 2 doses of life-saving naloxone to patients upon discharge if they were treated for opioid abuse. Imagine leaving the hospital and instead of a pat on the back and a good luck, you're handed a small, powerful weapon against the terrifying specter of overdose. It's like being given a second chance in a bottle, an antidote to a nightmare that could strike at any moment. The urgency of this measure cannot be overstated, as opioid overdoses have surged alarmingly, especially in cities like Eugene. This isn't just about numbers, it's about people, our friends, neighbors, and family members. By offering civil liability protections to those who administer naloxone, the bill ensures that anyone can become a hero without the fear of legal repercussions. Governor Tina Kotek's advocacy for this law highlights its importance. She understands that when seconds count, having naloxone on hand can mean the difference between life and death. So, while the idea of carrying around a tiny vial of salvation might seem like something out of a spy thriller, for many Oregonians, it's a crucial part of daily life, offering hope and a tangible sense of security in an otherwise uncertain battle against addiction. Shifting gears to public safety, Senate Bill 340 is gearing up to take down the Ocean's 11 wannabes of organized retail theft. Now picture this one: a sophisticated gang of crooks orchestrating heists, meticulously hitting the same store repeatedly, and making off with over $5,000 worth of goods each time. It's a real-life blockbuster scenario playing out, not just some real drama. But fear not, this bill comes prepared with stringent penalties aimed at deterring and punishing the culprits. Developed by the Organized Retail Crime Task Force, think of them as the Avengers of the retail world. This legislation stands as a formidable force against the shadowy operations that are challenging Portland's security and financial stability. This law throws shade at thieves. Get caught and you might score a 2-year stay in the slammer. Consider a scenario where a thief not only steals items, but also causes disturbances for both the staff and customers, creating an undesirable situation for everyone involved. Senate Bill 340 aims to address these issues, educating offenders and promoting a peaceful shopping environment. Your future visits to the store should evoke a sense of a lighthearted romantic comedy rather than a tension-filled crime thriller. In the housing sector, House Bill 2984 emerges as a beacon of hope, addressing Oregon's pressing housing shortage with a practical and innovative solution. Imagine walking through the bustling streets of Bend, where old, unused commercial buildings now hum with new life as vibrant residential spaces. This transformation ain't just a daydream anymore. It's a real deal now, all thanks to House Bill 2984. This law, targeting cities with over 10,000 folks, lets local authorities turn boring old commercial spots within urban growth boundaries into hip residential hubs, without all the hassle of zoning changes or permits. Imagine deserted offices and empty shops, once sad symbols of hard times, now bustling with families, cool cats, and retirees. It's like watching a phoenix rise from the rubble, except this time, it's all about bricks and mortar finding a fresh gig. This makeover not only gives a new lease on life to neglected spots, but also gives a snappy solution to the housing squeeze. As Oregon deals with the double whammy of more peeps and less homes, House Bill 2984 steps up with a clever fix, showing that with a sprinkle of smarts, yesterday's eyesores can be today's residential treasures. And who knows, perhaps one day you'll find yourself living in a stylish apartment that used to be your favorite coffee shop, chuckling at the irony of sipping coffee in your living room where the barista once stood. For families across Oregon, hope arrives in the form of the new Oregon Kids Credit, introduced through House Bill 3235. Imagine the relief for parents struggling to make ends meet. This bill offers a generous state-based child tax credit of $1,000 per child for families earning $30,000 or less. That's right, $1,000 per child. With 55,000 children poised to benefit, the impact is set to ripple through the state, especially in rural areas and low-income communities. Picture a family in Medford anxiously gathering their tax documents, and then the smile that breaks out as they realize they're eligible for this life-changing credit. It's like finding a golden ticket in your tax return. But there's more to it than just the money. This initiative is a lifeline, providing crucial support for early childhood development, ensuring kids have access to better resources and opportunities. It's a small step that promises to make a big difference, transforming worries about bills into dreams of brighter futures. And for those parents thinking, is this too good to be true? Rest assured, this isn't a dream. It's a well-crafted legislative effort to uplift Oregon's families. So, come tax season, keep an eye out for this credit and get ready to breathe a little easier. Lastly, on the environmental front, Senate Bill 543 marks a bold step toward a greener future by banning the use of polystyrene foam containers and perfluoroalkyl substances, known as PFAS, in food sales. These materials, famous for their eternal environmental footprint, have been partying in landfills and oceans for ages. Picture chomping on your go-to takeout and discovering its container might outlast you by centuries. This law is here to put a leash on that mess, championing sustainability and nudging folks towards eco-friendlier options. Cities like Eugene, celebrated for their environmental consciousness, are spearheading this initiative. They're not just banning harmful materials, they're setting a trend. Just picture Eugene residents proudly waving goodbye to their foam coffee cups, embracing reusable mugs instead. This change, while challenging, promises cleaner streets, healthier wildlife, and a legacy of responsible consumption. It's a small sacrifice for a monumental impact, turning Oregon into a pioneer of environmental stewardship and inspiring other communities to follow suit. That's just a taste of the 2024 legal landscape in Oregon. These 7 laws are like dominoes. One topples the next, creating a wave of positive change. From greener takeout to crushing creepy data trackers, Oregon's on the move. But the story doesn't end here. We'll be keeping a close eye on how these laws unfold and impact communities across the state. So, hit that subscribe button, share your thoughts in the comments below, and stay tuned for the next chapter in Oregon's legal adventure.